SHER.
Welcome back. Our last topic of the day hits pretty close to home for me, and I'm sure it does for many of you as well. Our tech host Abid is going to help us discover why is my internet so slow, and more importantly, how can I speed it up? Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How you doing, Catherine?
Good. You know, I'm excited about this topic because it's one that I encounter almost every day, and
You know what?
I always get really frustrated.
And you're not alone out there. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody at one time or another has had a problem with their internet.
Yes.
And it might not even necessarily be that you have dial-up internet,
Right.
Which I don't think anybody has
Yeah,
anymore.
it's kinda obsolete
But I mean,
now.
yeah, even if you do have high-speed internet, you would still experience some of these problems. Okay. So before we begin, I'm going to give a quick example of what the internet is.
Okay.
Okay. So you got to compare the internet to a highway.
An information highway.
Exactly. That's pretty much what it is, right? So the more cars that travel the highway,
Yes.
the slower it'll get, right?
Here we've got a horrifying picture of the worst commute in
I
the
feel
world.
so sorry for those people stuck
Right.
in there, right?
It's awful.
But yeah, I mean, so this is what your internet might look like at some times of the day.
Yes.
Okay, so there are some rush hour times or some peak times.
Yeah.
And this is what you don't want to be like.
No.
But now, if you move on to the second image, this is preferable.
Okay.
Right? Nice empty stretch of highway.
Yes.
You know, you just zoom through
In a
it.
perfect world.
I wish it was like this all the time,
I
right?
know,
Unfortunately,
definitely.
it doesn't work like that.
No.
But I mean, as you can see the difference, right?
Yes.
It all depends on times.
Yeah.
Which time of the day you are on the internet.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
so it makes a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason for this is that the street that you live on,
Mm-hmm.
every house is connected to the internet with one pipe.
Okay.
Okay, unless you live in a street with just one house.
Probably not if you live in a city.
Yeah, that would be nice though, but
Yeah.
unfortunately it doesn't happen, right?
No, right.
So what ends up happening is when all these kids come home from school at
Yeah.
3 o'clock,
They all go on at the same time.
everybody goes on to the internet, right? Or when people come home from work, 5, 6 p.m., they're just checking their email or just
Yeah.
doing something quickly.
Yeah.
It just tends to, slow everything down.
Oh, yeah,
So these are some of the peak times of the internet.
Okay.
Okay. Now, back to the highway, all
Okay.
right? Some of these problems on the highways that could occur to you would be internal.
Right.
Okay, those can include like maybe you were speeding, you got a speeding
Yeah.
ticket, that's why you're slow.
Okay.
Or you didn't maintain your car properly, so
Right.
something happened to it. And so these are problems that are internal to you
Yeah, that you can control.
that you
right?
can control.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But some other things would be external.
Yeah.
Right, such as bad weather,
Yeah.
or what time of the day you're traveling on the highway at,
Yeah.
and these are just out of your control,
Right.
right?
Can't do
so
anything
it's the
about it.
same. Yeah, it's the same thing with the internet. There are
Okay.
some issues that you could fully control.
Okay.
Okay, and you could fix and make it better for yourself.
Oh,
but
perfect.
some other times you might not be so lucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
So let's take a look at some of the reasons
Yeah.
why it would be so
Yeah,
slow.
so besides the fact that there are peak times during the day,
Mm-hmm.
there are some other common reasons why the internet would slow down for you.
Okay.
Okay, so number one, your configuration from your modem to your router might not have been done properly.
Oh, okay.
So if you're using wireless internet,
Yep.
right, you might not have configured it properly from when you connected it to from your modem to your router. And that because of that, there's some lag, there's something going on in between that
Right.
that would cause this issue.
Okay.
Okay, number two, if your wireless isn't secured, so it goes back to the first one. If you're using wireless and it's not secured,
Other people are using it.
there we go,
Yes.
right?
Leeches.
There are leeches out there. Sometimes it might be your neighbors, just people around you that live close by.
Yeah, they want
would
free
be able,
internet.
Yeah, they would be able to steal your internet if it's not secured. So
Right.
that's another problem that could happen.
Okay.
All right. The third one is you could have a buggy driver for your network card.
Sorry, say that again.
A buggy driver,
Can't
basically.
translate that to English.
You know what? It's like simple English. It's just like kind of outdated stuff.
Okay.
It's a little old, but
Okay.
Number 4 is your computer could be infected with spyware.
I think that's happened to a lot of us. Yeah.
You're always visiting all these
Pop-up ads.
websites, and you get these pop-up ads. But that being said, a lot of websites and a lot of toolbars and actually web browsers offer protection from spyware nowadays, right?
that's great.
You have pop-up blockers, you have a spyware protection that helps you keep keep your computer safe.
Right.
Right. So you don't get those annoying pop-ups all the time, which
Yeah.
makes it a big difference, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Number 5, downloading large files constantly.
Movies, TV shows,
Yeah,
music.
right. I mean,
yeah.
it's good to do it,
Yeah.
but there's certain times of the day when you shouldn't do it.
Right.
Okay, if you're downloading something large, I suggest you do it at night
At
time.
a non-peak
Yeah,
time.
right. Because if you try to do it in the daytime, like peak hour times, as you mentioned before, it would definitely slow it down.
Slow it way down.
Right.
Okay.
Another one would be is your web browser might be bloated with so many add-ons. So a lot of toolbars, right, and a lot of other stuff that definitely slows it down too.
Okay.
Okay. Just so you know, you open Internet Explorer or Mozilla, and there's all these pop-up ads, and there's all these toolbars, and it definitely slows it down.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Another one is your computer itself is outdated.
Right, we mentioned that before.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you have an old computer, it's kind of definitely going to slow it down.
Time to upgrade.
And second last, a bunch of internet windows would be open at sometimes. So, you know, you're working and you keep on opening new windows, but you forget to close the ones that you don't need.
I always do that.
Yeah?
I'm guilty of that.
I
like to multitask and have like a bunch of things at once.
Oh, no, I think I'm a neat freak. If
It's
I'm
a
not
bad
using
habit.
something, I just close it right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could definitely slow down your
Trying to
computer.
get better.
All right, I wish you all the best.
Thanks.
And lastly, your internet service provider might be having problems in the general area.
Okay.
Okay, but they usually do get to it within the day, so they fix it up, and that's fine. So, I mean, you could really get back on the online in a few hours.
Okay.
Okay. Now back to the real thing. What can you do to fix these problems?
Yes. How can we make it faster?
Right. So as I mentioned before, if you have a router, if you've connected your router to your modem to get wireless internet, double check your configuration. Okay.
Okay.
Secondly, you could put a password on your wireless.
Yep.
Just to make sure that it's secured and nobody else can jump onto it.
Okay.
All right. You could update your whole computer.
Okay.
And by update, I mean go buy a new one, because if it's really old, like 5-7 years old, it would definitely slow it down.
Okay.
And besides that, just run like speed test and just check for spyware.
That's a big one.
Yeah. So just to fix up your computer and speed it up.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Abid. That was very useful, and I guess we'll put that all on the website so people
Oh,
can
we
check
definitely
it out
will.
there. All right. Stay tuned, guys. More on Tech ER when we come back.